r/NuclearRevenge. Don't screw with the army brat. Story by Ari Victoria. Enjoy! Please buckle up, and remember, keep your hands and feet inside the coaster during the entire ride. An attendant will be around to check your harness shortly. Thank you for choosing Miss Victoria's stories of Sit on It and Twist. Now, people may not know this by looking at me today, I'm a goth chick and proud pagan, but during a period of my school years I went to a Catholic school. I had made very few friends, but we appeared very close. There were 4 of us females and 2 guys. When I got about 16, nature finally decided to take its course and I became interested in guys, girls as well, but this was a Catholic school in an extremely small southern town. My affections fell on a senior in our group, who I will call Adam, the first man, lol. He seemed interested as well, and we began dating. That summer Adam decided to join the army. Having grown up in an entire family of Army and Navy, I was very proud of him, and I intended to join the military as well once I could. And I did. Hooyah Navy. So, when he left for boot camp I tried to help him as much as I could. But, alas, all puppy loves must come to an end. You see, high school boys are notorious for being dogs, and my little soldier was no different. Adam had married an exotic dancer immediately after 8 or technical training for the non-military. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, I mean, what good would a revenge story be if it was just an ex who decided to say screw it? No, you see, our group of friends had one particularly saucy lass who I'm going to call Lilith, the first woman and mother to all demonkind, who also had her eyes on Adam. Now, it wasn't but a few months after Adam came home for a few weeks on leave, that I learned about his wife. But this was after I found out that he had knocked up my best friend, Lilith. As you can imagine, 16-year-old hormones and undiagnosed bipolar and first love and first betrayal equates to a whole mess of non-thought-out actions. Now, I need to say, this is not a path I am super proud of. In fact, I cringe every time I think about what happened. For anyone who doesn't know, adultery in the U.S. military is an extreme offense. Punishable by all sorts of nasty things, such as restriction, docking of pay, court-martial, dishonorable discharge, or even brig time, although while I've heard it is a possible punishment I've never seen that one. The very first thing I did was report the adultery and pregnancy to his command, followed by his wife. She deserved to know her less than 1-month-old marriage already had a Jody problem. Long story short, for his part he lost his wife, rank and was discharged when found to be drinking underage and in uniform, as a result of the divorce. Lilith on the other hand met a much nastier fate. See, as I said, this was a very small and predominantly Catholic town. So, her revenge was much meaner. My first stop was to the school's priest. I didn't make it a confession, as my family was not Catholic, we were Pentecostal, so, I spoke with him about a crisis of faith. Where I basically spilled the beans that 16-year-old Lilith and school volleyball star had gotten pregnant, and, die to my beliefs, I was unsure if I should maintain a relationship with her. Of course, the priest took that to the school board, as a pregnancy was a violation of our purity promises. I know, extremely stupid, but, again, the Southern dogma at its best. She was kicked from the team pending a pregnancy test. Surprise, it was positive. The next step was to ruin her job. The diner she worked for was basically owned by a couple who believed sex was for reproductive purposes only, and taking pleasure from it was a sin. Lilith was fired. As a bonus, her parents discovered Ah was not only pregnant, but had gotten that way with a married man. They lost it, and did not speak to her. I'm not really sure to the extent they maintained their silence, seeing as she was a minor, and she was kicked out on the day of her 18th birthday. I've really lost touch with almost everyone from that time, but from my understanding, Lilith suffered a miscarriage, this is where most of my guilt resides, due to the stress, and has since developed a habit, although I'm not sure of what, and I don't want to assume. Adam's wife did leave him, but, not before getting pregnant herself and taking him for everything she could. Due to the dishonorable discharge, he could not longer work in that town and moved somewhere in the Midwest. Maybe I went too far over a high school crush, but, in the end it was the anger of a teenager scorned. I feel guilty over the miscarriage, yet, knowing that I'm remembered by even a few people as a force to be reckoned with, does bring a smile to my face. So, in essence, scumbag boyfriend impregnates close friend, and I make sure they can never work or live in their hometown again. Last bit of info. I couldn't find a place to fit it into this story, but Adam didn't just dump me or anything like that. He chose to drag me along and act as if he didn't have a wife and girlfriend. Lilith knew I was still dating Adam and chose to betray me. Thank you for watching. Give that like button a little action or watch another video if you enjoyed. And if you can't get enough, consider subscribing. See you around.